Nikki Okereke, Blessing. Otiotio, right? Is that Otiotio? Yeah, Otiotio. Welcome. Olisa, Omede, Gift, Jacob Essa, Gbemi David. Welcome everyone. Well, as you are coming in, I would like to encourage you to go and invite your friends and the people you care for. We are going to be having an interesting discussion today about this book here, but I don't think you can see it properly. It's called Where There Is Money, Where There Is Problem, There Is Money. Where there is problem, there is money. Where there is problem, there is money. Okay, and I have Gideon here. Gideon is reading a lot of my books because he's working with some of them. And I would like him to help us to go through this book and do a review of the book. First of all, what do you think of the book, you know, in general terms, before we come to concrete things? Yes, Gideon.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, in general terms, I would say that anyone that is interested in starting a business should read this book. Anyone that is interested in investing or giving some starting an investment in any business or lending anybody money to start up a business I advise them to also pick this book and read.
Okay.
Because this book is a book that will definitely give anyone that knowledge of how to start a business that will never collapse.
Okay.
Because talking about this book, it's something that if only people can first of all read this book before venturing into any business or before putting their money down for anything, they will discover that the secret behind every successful business we see today or any big business firm we see today lies in this book, because you actually give the secret behind all the business companies and the great businesses we have in our world today. Why they are still on top and why they will never collapse. So this book is a book for, I would just say, for anybody that is interested in business, anyone that wants to be completely financially, free. Ask anyone that is interested in having this freedom of not having worries about money or about finances at all, should pick this book and read, because this book is just the only book that I have seen that can provide solution to the poverty in Africa and in Nigeria, to be precise.
So you think it will bring about solution to the poverty problem in Africa?
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Not I can be 100%. Absolutely.
Then you have to use you have to give your points and your arguments.
Okay, sir. The first thing is that, do we know that now, when I first picked this, when I saw the title, I was like, okay, probably the book is about the general notion that says that money is the root of all evil. So that was the point I thought you were coming from. That was the point I thought you were coming from. Yeah, because I saw problem and I saw money, so I know that money is the reason. So that was, but when the first chapter that talks about you said something about that problems means different things to different people. Wow, I said okay. Then my initial
because in Africa
assumption was wrong.
Because in Africa, problems means problem to everybody. Exactly. The problem doesn't mean different things to anybody. Problem only one thing. Problem is crisis.
Crisis. Problem is an attack. Problem is a disease. Problem is terrible.
Problem is demon. Problem is Satan. Problem is witchcraft.
Exactly, sir.
But so tell us about this. That what do you understand by problems being different things to different people?
Okay. So, well, if I'm going to talk about that, then I have to go into the book straight up, because the topic that really captivated this chapter, that really captivated me, that made me to finish this book, was the story of the barter shoe industry in Africa. And when you explained that in Africa, people, they two firms, two companies, they produce shoes, so they sent their delegates to Africa to go and see if Africa is a good market for them. Now, two companies sending two different delegates. Now, the other company sent his delegate, and the person came up with a reply that in Africa, people don't wear shoes. So Africa is really bad. Africa is so problematic that it's a bad place to even start up anything that has to do with shoe production. That was the way this delegate saw problem in Africa. So that was his own definition to the problem he saw. Now, the other delegates from barter shoe industry went there and said, yes, actually, when I got to Africa, I saw that people don't actually wear shoe. So we can say that, it's not where people are aware about shoe. But why can't we educate them and tell them the importance of shoe, then we produce? So you now made it clear that, can we just look at the lives of these two delegates? The definition, how the first delegate saw problem, and the kind of definition he gave to the problem he saw in Africa, compared to the second delegate that said, true, it is true that Africans don't put on shoe, but we can really educate them and tell them the importance of shoe and why they need to always put on shoe. And you now told us in that book that this is what we face in our world today. That when a problem arises, the most important thing is not the problem. The most important thing is what definition, how do we see this particular problem? That you now repeated that, can we just take a look at these two delegates? Even though both of them saw the same problem, but they gave two different meanings to it.
So that then is what it was meant in that book by problems means different things to
different people.
So when it comes to Africa now, it means that all the problems we have in Nigeria, no matter what problem it is,
yes,
it is either an impossible situation, a crisis, a tragedy, or an opportunity.
Yes.
So and even now, the problem of herdsmen,
yes,
it means that Nigerians must be taught to look at it differently from the way they are, because the way Nigerians are responding now is crisis, problem, hatred, anger, kill people, yeah. But actually, it could also be looked at as an opportunity to love and as a vehicle to do good.
Yeah, and to generate revenue.
Yeah.
And to generate revenue, and that is, and you now made it clear that, can we begin, like, when I was reading this book, I was so happy. I felt like an heavy weight has been lifted off my shoulder. You made it clear, you emphasized that now everyone must begin to see problem with the right perspective.
Every problem can be converted to money, and every problem should be converted to money. Every problem must be converted to money.
Must be converted to money. Every problem must be converted to greatness. Must be converted to money. That there is no problem whatsoever. You add a lot. You gave a lot of examples. You gave a lot of examples, a lot of stories in this book that really confirm. Now there is no and the problem we have, the problem I had. The problem we have in Africa is the fact that we only just stop at just saying problem. We don't want to see any other thing. We are just focused on that problem. And that is why problem only means one thing to us. Problem only means disappointment, only means obstacle, only means tragedy to us, only means hatred to us. We just give negative definition to problem, and this has successfully blinded our eyes to see the positivity and to see the wealth and wealth creation in problems.
But people will be asking now, okay, give us some of those other examples that will change people's outlook at problems.
Okay, now, okay, you also gave, because I know that Africans, we don't like tragedy. We don't actually like tragedy. We don't like death. We don't like now. Another example you gave was I know especially people in Nigeria should be able to relate to this, about the Dr. Olaorekunrin, about the fact that she lost her sister due to sickle cell disease. And she said
you have to say that is a lady. That is a lady that started helicopter clinic, lifting people through helicopter to having clinic, emergency helicopter clinic. So okay, you can continue the story.
Okay, now people will ask, who is Dr. Olaorekunrin? Now this is a lady that started the flying doctors. Now she started it by there is what we call emergency cases, emergency medicine. In emergency cases needs prompt intervention, medical intervention whatsoever, because that is the only thing that can save any victim at that particular time. So this was the same thing that killed her sister. And rather than her, still looking at the problem and being sober and saying, oh, this shouldn't have happened. No, this is wickedness. The health system is bad. Government is just this. Nothing works in Nigeria, just like most of us complain most of the time. Now, the lady just thought of that, okay, now, the reason why my sister died was not because the disease was not manageable, but it was just the fact that we lack what we call emergency health, an efficient emergency health system. Now, looking at the way Nigeria is being structured, because we lack plans and everything. So now the lady came up with the fact that if only there was an air ambulance, and this one has nothing to do with the road ambulance, but air ambulance, that this could have possibly saved her sister's life. And what she did was to start up, the hospital, and she now went into airline, and now started the helicopter air ambulance business and named it Flying Doctors. So from there, she started the initiative, and that has really given her. Initially, she was not thinking about of making money, but at the end of the, because of this fact that she saw a problem with the right perspective, she eventually made a lot of money from it, and now she's known for this particular medical service that she's rendering, because a lot of people now are no more scared about having emergency cases, but rather they are so concerned about the solution Dr. Olaorekunrin has actually brought to the medical system, most especially in Nigeria.
And people who can hire a helicopter are people who have the money. So she's making money as a result.
So she's making a lot of money.
So, which confirms the truth in this book, that where there is a problem, any problem, where there is problem, there is money. That means every problem must be converted into money. Every problem could be converted into money. So the idea is to give people another outlook into problems, and to be able to give them the culture of seeing problem not as tragedy, but as an opportunity to convert that problem into money. Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead.
We really, the last point you made, sir, because you really made it clear that it is high time we kill the mindset of the tragedy mindset. Because number one, it takes our time, it wastes our money, and it never provides solution to anything. So we really need to kill that mindset.
It only brings depression.
It only brings depression and cause more harm to us and to the society, because it promotes hatred.
Yeah.
Love disappears in the society, where people just think everything that has happened is just a tragedy. It's just an act of wickedness. Whether a family wickedness, or whether satanic, or whether demonic, or we just want to shift blames and responsibilities to things that are not true, that is not actually real, that we don't even have proofs for.
So even death could be converted to money.
Yes.
What are the other evidence in the book, or what are the other facts in this book that actually problem is not a tragedy?
Well, then I will have to go into the scriptures, because you know you're a pastor and you always want to back everything up with the scriptures. Now you gave, you know, I will talk about the story, the first story about the 12 spies. We all know this story. We all know that, you know, initially after God delivered the children of Israel from the Egyptians, they went up and they went through the Red Sea, and you know they saw the death of the Egyptians army, and now the land God has given to them, what they felt to do was to go and see and spy. So they sent the 12 leaders, which included Joshua and Caleb. Now when they saw and other 10 spies. So when they got to the place to go and see what the land looks like, each and every one of them saw the same problem. But the difference between the 10 spies and Joshua and Caleb was the fact that they had a different definition to problem. They saw the same thing, but they had the mind of God, the wisdom, that they had the right mindset towards the problem. Now the 10 spies came up, and you know, even the scripture in Numbers told us that they gave evil reports. But unlike Joshua and Caleb, they confirmed that it is true that, you know, the land, we saw giants, we saw this thing, but we believe that we can conquer this land. Though instead of them entertaining fear or entertaining or accepting defeat, rather they saw the greatness in them. They saw the strength in them, and rather than them giving the same report that the 10 spies gave, they gave a different report to the problem, to what they saw.
So it boils down to problems, therefore, in the life of any one of us, boils down to how we see problems. Either we see problem as an opportunity to make even more money, opportunity to glorify God, opportunity to love, or we see it as tragedy. That's why this book, you see, the problems is married to problem. I mean to money.
Yes, to money.
Problem is married to money. There is no problem without money. They always go together. Okay, go ahead.
So, okay, I also want to give another statistic. Now talking about it, because I know Nigerians, Africans, we want money, we need money. But we don't even know that money is just around us.
Everywhere.
Money is beside us.
Everywhere.
Money is just everywhere. Only if, like we already addressed in the first chapter of this book, that only if we begin to have the right mindset. Now, Nigerians or Africans will confirm to this fact that what are Chinese companies, what are they doing in Africa and what are they doing in Nigeria?
Solving problems. I'm making money.
I'm making money. Because we complain. I also do complain most of the time that no. Nigeria is not a fertile land. No, Africa is just messed up. Nothing works. But the question is, if it is true, then what are companies? What are Chinese companies, American companies, and Japanese companies? What are they doing in Africa? What are they doing in Nigeria?
Foreigners rushing there.
Foreigners. What are they doing in Nigeria? Now you gave statistics of just Chinese companies in Africa. You said in Nigeria they have 404 companies, and also they have 204 projects. In South Africa, they have 280 Chinese. We have 280 Chinese companies in South Africa, and 152 projects in South Africa. The same thing in Zambia. We have 273 Chinese companies in Zambia and 125 projects being controlled by Chinese. Ethiopia also, you gave statistics that we have 255 companies owned by Chinese and 114 projects going on by them. Also, he also gave statistics in Egypt also that we have 197 Chinese companies in Egypt and 99 projects being controlled by them. Now, so
if Africa is that terrible, what is pushing them?
What are they doing? What are all these companies doing? Are they producing oxygen? They are really, and these guys are making a lot of money.
Meanwhile, Africans want to run away from Africa.
and we all want to go to greener pastures, or we want to run away from Africa, we want to run away from Nigeria?
Because we don't know, we have not been taught the culture of converting problems into money. We've not been taught this secret that is in this book. How to turn every problem into a product. And then from turning it into a product, turning it into a money-making machine.
Okay, now for my fellow Nigerians that are on the platform, now I want to also give you this report about the generating industry system in Nigeria. We are all aware about this generator set, both the small one and the big ones, because we know that the number one problem we have in Nigeria is power supply. Now the question is, do we know that 60 million Nigerians spend over 1.6 trillion naira annually just to fuel, just for power supply? Now the question is, where did this money come from? If truly there is no money in Nigeria, then how did we arrive at this huge amount of money? 1.6 trillion naira annually.
Just on gens alone.
Just on generators alone.
So there is money there.
There is big money in Nigeria. And the money now, the people that made this money or that are making this money, they are the ones that have come up with solutions to the problem we are facing in Nigeria. The Chinese came up with solutions to the millions or thousands of problems we have in Africa, and that is why we see Chinese companies everywhere in Africa, even in Nigeria. Because I just gave the statistics, I just gave the figure. So we all need to now sit back and start having the right mindset towards problem, and we need to kill the mindset of problem being a tragedy. Problem shouldn't have come at all. We can only escape problem when we get to heaven. But as far as we are on this earth, we are not immune to problem. Even the rich have problem.
So since we cannot run away from it, the only thing we can do to it now is to learn how to convert it to our own advantage and turn it into money for ourselves.
Yes, and because if we don't do, other people will convert it, and it will become an advantage to them. So they are getting richer while we are getting poorer.
So what are the other secrets? Because people say, okay, how do we do that? What are the other secrets from this book that people could learn on how to convert all the problems in their environment to money? Because people want to know the secret.
Okay, now the secret is just like we've already said initially, that how do we see the problem, and can we actually identify problem? Do we actually know that problem is around us? Problem is everywhere.
Some people don't notice.
Some people don't notice. Okay, for instance, sir, today it was just fortunate for me today that we were discussing something that happened, a story that we were told I was told today in class in Ghana, that they said a guy will go from door to door, and this is how the guy makes his money. He's going to go from door to door and ask the house owners that, do you have anything that you want to repair in this house? They will say yes. Okay, maybe it's a carpentry issue, maybe it's a plumbery work, or maybe it's anything. Okay, he's going to say, okay, you have the problem. Okay, I will get you someone to repair it. And so the guy will go and meet a plumber or someone that is skilled in that thing, and now tell them that I found a job for you. Now, this is how this guy makes his money. He's going to tell the skilled person that
the electrician, for example, or the plumber, or the carpenter.
Exactly. So he's going to tell the electrician, the plumber, or the carpenter that, okay, I got a job for you. Now, you're going to give me a commission. Now, the same thing is going to tell the people in need, the people that ask that problem, and say, okay, I found somebody to repair this thing for you, but okay, this is my commission. So at the end of the day, the guy got money on both sides. Now, after he did this same thing for a month, he already has least need of, you know, skilled workers. So all he just do is that from his house, he will just call the client and call the skilled workers and just say, place a call and just say, now I've got a job for you, and they are paying him, and he's doing that in his house.
So that is why this book is absolutely important for people to know how to look at problem in a different way.
In a different way. And
how to see every problem as an opportunity to enrich themselves, to enrich other people, and to enrich the kingdom of God.
So another thing, and I just want people to really, I want to simplify problem because of this. This was the knowledge I actually gained from this book. Now, I also gave them a business idea in class today. I said, okay, now do we know the way our market system in Nigeria is? It's so messed up, so dirty, so disorganized. I said, now this is it. Now I said it's so simple. Then they were like, okay, what they were just expecting me to say what I wanted to say. And I said, do we know that if anybody or a group of individuals can just come up and walk up to all these sellers and say, okay, ma'am, sir, I can help you clean up this environment, your own spot, and all you just need to just pay me is just 20 naira. And sir, in Lagos alone, even in a region alone, for instance, in my market, in where I stay in Nigeria, in that a small area alone, we have over 300 sellers. So just imagine you collecting 20 naira from 300 in a day. You've made 600 naira just in one day.
600 or 6,000 or
6,000.
Okay.
Yes, 6,000, sir. 6,000 in one day. Now, times 30 days.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, and now this is another knowledge, another insight in this book is the fact that problem solving does not just bring money, it eradicates the problem itself. Now, the problem of we having a dirty market has also been solved. So, aside the fact that the guy is getting the money, is getting paid, he's also cleaning. So, rather than us waiting for government to come and clean up our market for us, we can do it because we deserve an healthy environment. But the survivor mindset and the fact that we always want to attach our problems to someone or to something is what is killing us. Is a very wrong mindset.
Easy way out.
Rather, easy way out. So now the problem that I don't have money has been solved. The problem that I've been able to do or to clean up my market, to clean up my environment also have been solved. Now you can also go.
But the problem of unemployment too has been solved.
Has been solved, sir.
Then you could also employ other people to be doing it, and you are
employ other people. So you've created job opportunity for people. So the thing is that you don't even need to create, you don't need to create a new, you also said it in this way. Now we don't need to create a new business. We don't need to look for, we can just build on the existing problem, the problem at hand. Like I love the video Mrs. Ireti did concerning the herdsmen. And how and also because I was waiting also for your own perspective about this herdsmen attack, because I knew that you were going to give the perfect knowledge. You were going to give us the perfect knowledge, because I was so happy at the same point that this is, we promote wickedness, we promote hatred, and this doesn't even give us money. It makes us far from money, from financial freedom.
And a lot of the things I said, it's aligned with what Obasanjo said in his own letter too.
I've not even read that today, but I've been getting notification about Obasanjo's letter. So that is it. So can we begin to downplay the tragedy mindset and begin to start making use of how to convert every problem and see every problem as an opportunity?
Now, can we begin to go from chapter to chapter or how do you prefer us to do it?
Yeah, we can start. We can go from chapter to chapter. I already spoke about chapter 1.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I already spoke, and also I think I also said something about chapter 2, which now the heading. I just want people on the platform to know that this book is really loaded. See, after reading this book, you will see every reason to go, not just to Nigeria alone, to go to every remote, every like, let me just use the word
every underdeveloped,
every shithole countries,
every underdeveloped countries, and begin to see how you are going to turn those places to a mega city. You are no more afraid of problems, but problems become something you begin to look for.
To begin to look for. And before we know it, what we are complaining of today will be there no more. We will see them no more. Now, that is the chapter 2 talks about confronting the wrong mindset about problems.
So, for example, if this book could be read by all graduates in Nigeria,
all graduates, yes,
what do you think?
All graduates.
Everybody that is complaining of unemployment, that they don't have a job, they finish university. What do you think would have happened in our country if everybody who is in university has read this book?
The total transformation. People will become employers, not just being employed, not just getting a job, not just creating a job for themselves, or not just any entity, but they will become employers.
Even people who are looking for jobs now.
Even people who are looking for jobs now. So after reading this book, I said that even if I told myself that even Nigeria or any license exam as a medical student, that me not passing a license exam will never be a tragedy for me, because I already, even outside medicine alone, I've already gotten a lot of business ideas just from reading this book. Business ideas. There was one business idea that my mom just told me, but it was when I read this book, sir, I now remembered the business idea. I now started doing research. So if you just want to set yourself free financially, I'm begging everyone on this platform, please let us quit on blaming anybody for not helping us, or for not,
go and get the book.
We need to go and get this book.
You will
see.
You will set yourself free from financially forever.
Set yourself free financially. You will just wake up one day. You just wake up in your society, in your environment, anywhere you live. See, I can guarantee that
you begin to see business everywhere.
Business everywhere. What you will now be thinking of is, how do I start? Where do I start from? So you are not even thinking of there is no work, or there is no job, or there is nothing to do. The next thing you will be so worried about, that might even take your time, is, where do I start from? How do I start?
There will be too many jobs, too many opportunities.
Too many opportunities. And if you are not careful, you will begin to, you want to do 10 businesses
at the same time.
At the same time. You just want to do this, you just want to do that.
So can you imagine the kind of country we would have built? Can you imagine if we increase our productivity just by one book alone? Can you imagine there will be no poverty in Nigeria? Nobody will be dying of hunger.
Sir, this book, anybody that is in Nigeria now that has a direct link to this National Youth Service Corps, before releasing those guys after their youth service, if anyone can pick this book and teach them thoroughly, after their 1 year service, they will even forget about government.
Right now, they are all complaining about government, waiting for government.
Waiting for government.
But once they read this book, they will not even need the government again.
Yes, because Nigeria is where problem is seated. So, and where problem is seated is where wealth is also seated. So the kind of problem we have in Nigeria is equal to the amount of wealth God has deposited. Not in mineral resources, not in all this mineral that people they want to kill themselves. They want to, people have turned monsters.
Because of
Trust me,
natural
no,
resources.
they are not.
Nobody
Yeah,
will be
they
looking
are
for
not
oil and fighting for oil or for mineral
fighting
resources
for
again.
oil. Promoting the mortality rate, promoting all sort of things, vices in the system. No, this you don't even you'll be less concerned about all those things. In fact, now I I don't know if there is anyone on this platform that is thinking of presenting a business proposal to anyone. Please, before you do that, because for you to convince anybody to give you money, if you have the knowledge in this book, anybody that is willing to invest in you will, beyond any reasonable doubt, will want to invest. You will convince the person to the last, because the person will see that you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So even before you present any business proposal, please read this book, so that you don't just present something that when you present it to them and people will be like, oh, now this thing is going to crash in the next 1 year. It's like he doesn't even know what he's saying. But after reading this book, you will have the right business mindset.
Can you believe it? Because I named it Where There Is Problem, There Is Money. People don't even know this book is about creating wealth, and it's about building business, and it's about becoming a millionaire too. People think that the books about becoming millionaires are only the ones, or they don't even know that this one is not just about becoming millionaire, it's about building business. It's about building and seeing from nothing. This is the secret of how to become everything from nothing.
Yeah, because I read I think Growing Wealthy Without Tears. You wrote that book. And when I read this book, I asked myself, I said, why did Pastor even write the other book when he has this book? Because this book solved the problem of wealth creation. Whereas people will get carried away with the title. Because there are a lot of things, like I've already stated some of them. There are a lot of things buried in this book that only for people to just pick this book and read. People will even see that their salary in 1 year is nothing to compare to what they would have done, they would have achieved if they'd not gotten that job. And what people can even use their 1 month salary to do, that will set them free for life, from poverty, from survivor mindset. That is what is even killing most Africans, the survivor mindset.
But no, even in Europe, everybody in Europe is receiving salary, and before the end of the month is waiting for another salary. But this book will teach you from one salary alone. Even if you get one salary in a year, that one salary alone, this book will tell you how to create from it other opportunities and other businesses that to sustain you eventually. Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes, sir. And now to create a business. Now the greatest business each and every one of us can have is a business that provides solution to people's problem.
Yeah.
That is the secret behind the great business people that we know. People like Dangote, people like Jefferson, people like Bill Gates. These are people that they know they have this. I just don't know how these people got the secret. But the secret, why they are who they are today, is in this book.
So the problem of Africa is to know this secret.
To know this secret.
It's not just that we need raw materials or somebody to bring money to us, but we need to know the secrets.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. One of the things I'm planning to do in Africa is to make sure that every one of these books that we have, what do you call it? That we have at least 100 people doing training and seminars based on every book. Sir,
that was one of the things I said. So after reading this book, I will say that now, before because a lot of people are starting NGOs, a lot of people are starting foundations, but they still don't know that those things, without the right knowledge, those things will still not solve the problem we have in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because we can always give people money every day, but it will still not solve any problem until people start generating money, knowing how to generate. They don't need to go far. They don't need to travel. They don't need to travel at all. They don't need to go far. They just need to just look at their environment.
Yeah.
And see what can the simplest thing they can provide solution to, the simplest thing they can provide solution to. And they will start from there.
Okay, what chapter will we go to now?
Yeah, so I think now the chapter I also want to say is I just want people to know is that the chapter 4 that says, can everyone become rich? Yes, it's really something that as an African, as a Nigerian, we've seen riches as something that is just for some particular set of people. But after reading this book, I discovered that as long as problem exists, riches will always be in abundance. So everybody, each and every one of us, can become rich.
Yeah.
The only reason why you are not going to be rich is when you refuse to give solution to the problem around you.
Yeah, because when you don't know the keys, you don't know how to do it.
When you don't know.
Yeah.
So the question that can every one of us become rich? Yes, 100%. Each and every one of us, we have been destined to be rich. As long as problems continue to exist, because even the solutions to today's problem will bring about another problem tomorrow. You gave an example. I don't know if it was in the second book about the fact that Bill Gates brought a solution to IT world.
Yeah.
But do we know that what has made Steve Jobs, what made Steve Jobs to be Steve Jobs is because of what the solution Bill Gates already provided. So he built on it and said, oh, we can still make this thing better. Now, the same thing, the Amazon guy, the e-commerce, the world of e-commerce. So now, now I just want everyone on this platform to understand this fact that the solution you came up with today, you are not just solving your problem, but you are creating wealth for other people.
Yeah. So
that is just the simple truth. So now, you are not the only one that is becoming rich, but other people are also getting wealth from the solution you were able to give to them. So now, if we all fail to provide solutions to the problem we have today, then we will end up the way Africa is now, and the way Nigeria is now, and the way we are so that's the reason why we are complaining about money, about lack, is simply because we've not been able to come up with any solution.
Yeah.
So things get more complicated.
We are not solution oriented.
We are not solution oriented. We are just driven by our emotions.
And problems oriented. We are more problems oriented.
We are so knowledgeable in problems, in analyzing problems, and not even we have zero knowledge on solution analysis.
We just complain and make noise.
We just complain.
Okay, next chapter.
So next chapter is the fact that we should stop looking for. I already said we should stop looking for jobs, but look for problems to solve.
Yeah. Next one.
So as you said that there is no need for us. The next one said, don't worry about the money. Like I gave the classic example I gave the other time. I said now the poor guy that went to the market that he didn't use any money to start. He didn't start with any money, but he only said, please, can I just help you tidy up your market spot? And you just pay me 20 naira.
Or the one that was going to knock on the doors.
Or the one that was going to knock on the doors. There is no money to start. Now, and the chapter you said, another chapter you said is the fact that we should improve. That was chapter 7. We said improve on the existing problems. I already made mention of that. On how Steve Jobs improved on what Bill Gates built. And the same thing Amazon.
That every solution we see now, we could create another solution by just finding a way to improve on any existing product.
Only existing problem.
On any
problem.
Improve on any existing product. Yeah.
Yeah, so chapter 8, you said, don't just start another business, solve a real problem. Now, most people are falling into the trap of, oh, I started this business. Oh,
I need to start. I need to have my own business. I need to start a pro business. I need to have my own.
Yeah, I need to start another. Oh, that one did not work. I need to start another. Oh, that one no. So we get on moving from one thing to another, saying, complain that, oh, one is not working, the other is not working. Why not fix? Why ask yourself, why is that, or the first one you started, why didn't it work?
And the problem is not just starting business, like to be like any other person. The problem is in solving problem. That is what makes a business to work.
Yes, sir. It's just solving problem. That is it. It's not the business. It's not just starting a new business. Just solving problem. Now, chapter 9, you said money runs towards solution. That is absolutely correct. Because I already gave an example. You just walk up to someone and said, okay, for instance, doctors. The reason why doctors are well paid, even in Africa, they still regard them as, they are still, they say the class of people that are still well paid, is because they have a solution at hand.
Yeah.
We just need to just think deep and see the reason behind the wealth we celebrate today. Even the company you are telling yourself that they didn't employ you or they sacked you. Do you know that the owner of the company, actually, the reason why he created the company was to provide a solution?
Yeah.
So why not instead of us thinking that, oh, we were sacked, or thinking that, oh no, this shouldn't have happened, oh, this is an attack of the devil. Why not begin to see that what solution, what can I also start? What can I also do? Because my boss that sacked me actually gave a solution to a particular problem. It could be in finance industry. It could be an insurance problem. It could be a health problem. Just name any company in Nigeria. Name any big company in Nigeria that is not even Dangote is solving the problem of hunger.
Yeah.
And making food accessible to everybody. So we don't have to travel from one place from one state to another state to get food. But what is making, that was how we started the wholesale, the retail, and even to your doorstep. Every shop in Nigeria, you see Dangote. There is no house that you won't see Dangote product.
What do you think? What were you not thinking? Personally, when I was writing this book, I was always thinking of people in Nigeria that. So now we are talking. I'm saying, do you think? Did you ever imagine that? How you wish you had known all this? You had read this book, had known all this knowledge when you were in those universities, just waiting for school to be closed. School are closing down. What do you think? If you had gotten ahead of after secondary school, if this book had got into your hand,
sir, I thought I felt disappointed at the fact that I actually couldn't understand the kind of world I was living in. The next thing I just did was just to thank God, because me coming to Ukraine, me meeting you is just like a divine blessing. It's a total transformation and a total deliverance for me, sir.
It's like it's like you are put in another world.
Exactly. I was like, where was I living?
Where do I come from?
How come no one has ever mentioned? Because we only see all this wealth, but we don't have an in-depth knowledge of what is behind it. And rather than the reason why I now understand the reason why the people that are the great people today, why they drop out. Because all these things they're not tragedy, they are not problem, but it's just that people just need to have the right mindset. I felt so bad. I felt so bad that that is the reason why I won't see. This is so simple. I just don't know the fact that Nigerians are still adamant. We just don't want to embrace. We don't want to embrace change. We don't want to embrace this knowledge.
How will your life have changed?
Knowledge is the key.
How will your life have changed if you have gotten a hold of this book when you were in Nigeria?
Sir, massive transformation for me in terms of money. Because if I'd read this book when I left, even before I left secondary school, I wouldn't have even been worried about any accreditation or any school issue or any education problem, because it will be the least of my problem.
So all those headache that is going on in Nigeria, all those crazy things, everybody is looking for admission, university, JAM, they are not passing, they are failing, they are sitting down home for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, all those things that they are doing. If this book had been given to all of them, wow, they would have been creating so much wealth and so much solution.
So much wealth. Because now, sir, now the thing is about, sir, now the secret behind that, now, because the solution to that thing is in this book, and I want to just give an example, sir, that do you know that if I had come up with a product, and probably maybe a director or any high profile person in any university lays hand on that product and they see it, do you know that easily I would have been able to get an admission or maybe an honorary degree?
Yes.
Without even going to school.
Yes.
Because this is the same thing Bill Gates and the likes, Mark Zuckerberg and all of this is what they are celebrating now. They dropped out from all these Ivy League schools, but today they were called to be given an award because they've seen problem in the right way. So rather than we blaming family, we blaming evil forces and churches promoting hatred simply because a son has written or a child has written JAM or WAHEC 10 times and this is a family attack. Could that not be an indication that that person should go and look for another thing to do?
So creativity, this book is a book of creativity. It's something that will awaken your mind into creativity.
Yes, sir. I got that. Even you know, this thing will also save future investors. Because you having the right mindset, you will know the best business to go into.
Yeah.
You will never be stranded.
Not just for the sake of money.
At all. But for the fact that that business is definitely providing solution to a particular problem.
So that's why you said that before anybody starts any business or invests
any business,
they should read this book.
They should read this book. And how I wish I read this book before you published it. Because I would have suggested that we should have changed the title. Because that title would have made people not to see the content, to see the keys.
What will you call it? What will you call it?
I would just call that let me just think of, you know, if you really want wealth.
Okay. If
like
you really want
creation.
Wealth. For those who really want to create wealth.
So for those who really want to create wealth. Yeah, for those who really want to create wealth. Because I will make sure that even something bigger than money is on the cover page, because that's to be wealth.
Because this is a book for wealth creation.
Wealth creation. Wealth creation.
But if people can think very well, and they can look and think deep and analyze, they will also see that this is what it is. Even this title, that's what it is about. Where there is problem, there is money.
Yes, but you know, the fact that, you know, as Africans, we have a thinking problem, that is it.
They don't like problems.
We don't like it, and we don't even want to tax our brain at all. We just want someone to just come and tell us, you know, we just want templates.
Or somebody to give us ready-made money.
Ready-made money, and that is the reason why fraud and all this fraud practices and all that, that's why those things could really be prominent in Nigeria. Because even religion has not made us to think, to see beyond our problems. But rather, what religion has done to us, and I know that God, with God on your side, sir, and with all the strategies you have, because even writing this book alone, I was discussing earlier with Mayowa that, in short, I know that you have a lot, because the more I read your books, and I really want to tell people on this platform that they should please not just rely that the daily broadcast or the daily broadcast is not enough. If you really want to know what Pastor Sunday is all about, please read all those books.
Or at least a few of them.
At least a few of them. There is more to know. There is more to know, because it's like when I compare your books to your evening broadcast, I just say, okay, the main content is in your books.
Yeah. Because the evening broadcast is just 1 hour. It's just nothing. Yeah.
It's nothing. It's just, I was telling my wife, I said, Pastor do paraphrase in his daily broadcast. Pastor, I know, because I've read few of his books, and I know what this. I was even telling her today that, say, sir, I want us not to, because when you started your new series, sir, Understanding God Through Love, because you know you already did a series on love.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what will Pastor say again? I know Pastor said, because the last one, Pastor said it all. Because that love series was dope. It was the best love series I've ever. So you coming up with another, I said, no, I don't think Pastor said it. But the first day, and even this yesterday, no, it blew me off my feet. I was like, no, this thing is just impossible. This is really deep. And that is what I'm begging every Nigerian. Please, even if you want to put smile on anybody's face around your vicinity, read any of this book and go and impact it. There are two, like this book we're talking about today. Sir, this book is going to 100%, it will set people free financially. The word poverty will be forgotten totally. Every one of us will begin to start living in abundance. And we will now see the fulfillment of God's promise for us. So God didn't just say those things because he just felt like saying things. Just the way our African Nigerian pastors will just say things. But they don't even know the mechanism behind, the principle behind money. No, God didn't say all those things for just saying sake. He said it because he knew what he has created. So everything that is happening to us today, sir, the problem around us, they are actually for us. It's even for us to create wealth. Because God saw our need. He saw our need. That is why he created all this. That's why most of these problems, they are not actually from the devil. They are not known. Even if they are from the devil, he has given us the power to solve them. And now he said he's going to turn the table around.
When you see and hear all the complaints in Nigeria, don't you pity our people that it is all lack of knowledge? You can now understand what God meant, that my people are perished for lack of knowledge.
Because of not lack. Exactly. So anyone on this platform, please downplay religion. Start playing self-education. Please set yourself free. Your freedom, your liberty is not in any pastor's hand. Please read books. Read books. And this particular book is really going to say, anybody on this platform, if you lay your hands on this book, I guarantee 100%, money will be the least thing you will ever be worried about.
Yeah.
Because money is just around you.
Because you will see how that is so easy to create wealth. Very, very easy.
It's so easy. Very, very easy.
Everywhere, every day.
And now the last thing you said about the fact that you were saying, you said something about, now, do people know that most of us, all of us on this earth, all of us, every one of us, we are not needed without problems. The reason why God created us was to solve problems. We are so familiar about the story of Adam now. Even though God created so many things, but there was still something Adam did. He gave names. And names is knowledge. It's for you to be able to identify something and know that there's a difference between an elephant and a lion. So everyone, Joseph, we know the story of Joseph. Joseph is not Joseph if he had not been able to have the right mindset about all the problems he faced with his brothers and even in Egypt. The same thing of David. Now you gave a classic example of David. The fact that now I don't know why I don't know how we got to where we are today in Nigeria as far as Christianity is concerned. Because when I read this book, I was asking myself this question: how did we get to that level? What happened? Now this is you gave a story. You said something about David. You said you said when David, Goliath was the problem, and now a typical Nigerian or a typical African man, at the sight of Goliath like this, the next thing we will do is to call on God to come down and solve and kill Goliath.
For him.
That
God should come down and do it for him and kill the thing.
And kill for him. And he will just be there looking at Goliath like that and be expecting God. And that is the same thing we have today with the attitude we have concerning problem. We just call on God to come and fix. What he has given us this mind, the our eyes is so important, just to see. Our mind and our eyes, those were the two things you really brought those things, the importance. You brought the importance of our eyes and our mind.
Because you use your eyes to create wealth.
See, yes, to create wealth, to see opportunities.
And your mind to create wealth. Those are instruments of wealth creation.
Instruments of wealth creation. So you could even be handicapped, but as long as you can hear everything, even if you don't have the eyes, you can hear.
What I can say is that even if anybody never reads any other book in his life, but if they will get to read this book alone, if this is the only book a person will ever read in his life, he will never be poor again.
Yes.
Even if it is this book alone, he never reads any other book in his life, he will never be poor, he will never be in need, he will already be successful. Either he likes it or not, unless he doesn't
exactly. Unless you just chose chose the path of poverty. And you know, I've read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've read some books about money and about wealth. But you know, those books only talked about savings, how you are not supposed to spend everything, how you are supposed to convert your little change into something big. But they
don't tell you how to create.
How to create it. This one, you don't need a dime. You don't need a 10 kobo.
Yeah. This one is how to create wealth from nothing. How to create wealth from nothing. This is what this one is about.
This is what the book is all about.
How you can create after reading this book, how many business can someone create in a year?
How many business can in a year?
Yeah.
Sir, it's just uncountable.
You can be creating business every day after reading this book.
In fact, you can even sell now, sir. Even if you don't want to create it, sir. Do you know that some people can make money just with the knowledge they will get from this book?
Yeah.
Because you'll just be giving people business ideas.
Yes.
And they'll be paying you.
Yeah.
You give them the strategy, you give them the plan.
Yeah.
After reading this book, you might not even be the owner of the business. You might not even need to create it. Since you have the knowledge, you just need to tell people that are interested in creating business.
Yep.
And tell them, okay, just give them your price.
Yep.
And you give them the right knowledge. And without any reason, you would successfully convince them to go into that business idea you just gave them.
Some people are asking where to get the money. The book, how to get the book. For you to, first of all, you can read this book for free if you are on Amazon Unlimited. That is Kindle. If you're on Kindle or Kindle Unlimited, you can read all my books, almost all my books. Most of my books, you can read them for free. So that's if you don't have money. But if you have money, you can buy them on Amazon. But if the Amazon is too expensive for you, then you can just write to my office, which is dssbooks@gmail.com. My book, if you write to dssbooks@gmail.com, that is much more cheaper than buying on Amazon. So it's dssbooks@gmail.com. Or you could go to my blog, which is sundayadelajablog.com/books. 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 Or DSS Books, one word, dssbooks@gmail.com. So that's how to get the book. It doesn't matter whatever country you live in. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
So now, the last point to just run over. The last point you gave in this book is the fact that getting rich is automatic. All the explanation I've been giving this morning is that getting rich is automatic only if you can solve a problem. Only, and the fact that people just want to start big is another thing that I know is facing most Africans. They just want to start. No, you just need to start. You don't even need anything to start. As this book, sir. This book made me realize that we actually don't even need, we just need to just know, just have the knowledge.
Everything starts with understanding.
Everything starts with understanding.
But when you look at Africa today,
yes, sir,
people are saying that you are sitting in Ukraine, you are not doing anything. After reading this book, these books alone, is that nothing? It might even be more important than for me to go to Africa.
Sir, oh, sir, I was thanking God. Because after reading some of few of your books, I was just thanking God because, and I said that I was praying one prayer for you that God will continue to guide you and will continue to give you more strategies, because writing this book alone and the content in your books is enough. So when people, that goes to brother, people don't actually think, why will somebody write a book and you say the person is not doing anything?
No, because they say come on ground and show us what you can do.
No, the thing is that people don't even know that the best thing you've actually done for the 100 generations to come is all those books you're writing. 300 generations to come. So I told myself after reading few of them, I said, I'm going to make sure that my children will read all your books before they are 18.
Yes.
So when they read it,
then you want to make them the most dangerous human beings on earth.
No, sir, that is the only thing that can help them, sir. I know the knowledge I've gotten in your book, sir. So I will now leave them to now decide which part they want to go, because the world we are into now, religion and so many things, religion has really destroyed. That I will only, it has really, because now most of the things you have in you, most of the content in your books, these are secrets to life. These are secrets.
Yeah.
Now
secrets. The greatest problem in Africa is that these secrets are not known. That is our biggest problem. These things are hidden from our people.
They are hidden. They are actually hidden, sir. And I said that now, Pastor Sunday, my uncle is not waging war against anyone, or what actually God told me is the fact that you and the kingdom of darkness is what you are at war with the kingdom of darkness, because you are just exposing. You are destroying the works of the devil. You are really, really destroying the works of the devil. Because
through light, through understanding.
Through light and through understanding. And you are actually a threat, not to anyone, not to any government, but to the kingdom of darkness. Because only if people can try as much as possible, especially teenagers, especially youths, please, if we really want to live the kind of future we desire, we need to invest in books.
Now you understand that. Could you agree with me that with this book, even this book alone, anybody or any of my books, anybody that reads this book, they would understand that all the craze we are doing in Nigeria about university, higher education, all that is just nonsense.
Sir, it's a trap.
It's a
system that some people that understand the secret of creating wealth.
It's a distraction.
It's a distraction. And they've set up that system to create wealth for themselves.
Go to university and go and work for them as managers afterwards.
And go and work for your manager. So we need knowledge like the one in this book to be able to live and to save ourselves from that trap. That anyone is stranded in Nigeria is their choice.
Or poor.
Or poor. is actually their choice.
I think some people will be asking, how can they get the book in Nigeria? There is a lady we have that is selling the books in Nigeria. Her name is Chioma. We are going to write the telephone now there on the screen. So just go and call her. I'm sure she has this book in Nigeria too. Because this book here, it might be one of the most dangerous weapon that is about to get to that has just arrived in that country and nobody knows. People don't even know the book is in Nigeria.
People don't even know. And that is the reason why I want to employ every African and every Nigerian on this platform. That the white man that said, if you want to hide anything from a black man, just put it in a book. Please, we need to break that. We need to break that word, and we need to deliver ourselves. Because now, do you know, sir? Do you know? After reading this book, I told myself, I said, if Dangote or all these great guys, if they should read this book, they would say that, wow, this guy has exposed us. This guy has just exposed us, because they will relate with every content in that book 100%, because they know that it is their secret.
And that's the secret that ordinary people, and that's the difference between the rich and the poor, is what is in what they know. What they know.
Yes, you also wrote it in that book. It's what they know, because every one of them will not, they cannot.
But in Nigeria, you know what the pastors are telling people? So, and it shall be given to you, running over. Yes. They are not giving them secret. They are hiding the secret, but they are telling them, bring your money and sow to us. So they are just making slave plantation of people, making them to be more blind, for them not to even understand anything.
Sir, with no apology to any man of God, anybody or any Christian, the way church should be done is the way you are doing it, the way you do your live broadcast. Pastors are supposed to be grounded and well informed about the things they teach. Most of them just tell us how things should look like, but they don't understand the principle. They are even ignorant of all the things they say about wealth creation, about sowing. How has I don't know, the revolution started about tithe and offering thing in Nigeria, and people still with their senses will still believe that wealth has a lot to do with tithes.
Even with God, it doesn't have anything to do. It only has God has already given everything. It doesn't have anything to do with prayer. It doesn't have anything to do with prayer. Yeah. It doesn't have to do with sowing. It doesn't have to do with church. It doesn't have anything to do with those things.
Anything to do. I was telling my group mates, that my classmates, that we are not supposed to pray for money. And some of them were looking at me like, yeah. I said, the simple question is this: do you think everybody that has money on earth today are Christians? There are traditional worshippers that don't pray now, but they have money. So where have we gotten that knowledge? Where did we get that knowledge that we should pray for money? Money is what God has given to everyone.
So what revolution will happen if all those Igbo boys and all these Nigerian high school dropouts, all those who are running about in the street to go and be selling what if all these people have read this book,
Sam, the greatest thing that will happen to them is in this book. And they should believe my word that after reading this book, they will turn their back. Not just turn their back, they will just turn deaf ears to government or to anything, to any distraction.
They don't need
them. They will be more focused. They don't need all those things, because those things are distractions. They will be more focused on how to get those problems, how to get solution to those problems, because that is what every one of us should be busy doing now.
Apart from this book, what other books of mine will you recommend to people before we go? I want you to mention a few books that you might want to recommend for people. Yeah, at least the ones you have read, the ones that you are familiar with. So the first one, the one we are talking about today, is where there is problem, there is money.
There is money.
And like I said, people can read all these books for free if you are on Kindle Unlimited. Or you can, if you don't, you can go right to my office, dssbooks@gmail.com, and order them. It's cheaper than on Amazon. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I would recommend people should go and read No One is Better Than You.
Okay, let me look at it and show it to them. No one is better than you. Okay.
No One is Better Than You.
Yes, I have it here.
How to create your network.
No. I'm going to show the people. This is the book. No one is better than you.
No one is better than you.
I want you to say one word about this one.
Time is the reason why you think some people, time conversion is the reason why you think some people are better than you.
So no, they are not better than you, but they only converted
their time. They only converted time.
Better than you did your own.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Next one.
Now, creating your net worth. How to create your net worth time.
How to create your net worth. Okay. Where is the book? How to create your own net worth. Okay, I have it.
Yes.
Here. Create your own net worth. It's called Create Your Own Net Worth.
Create your own net worth.
Yeah. So what will you say about this one?
One thing about this book is that
so you don't need an inheritance. You don't need anybody to make you.
You don't need a geographical location. You don't need to be born with a silver spoon or a book or a self-worth is what the people that have net worth is what they really maximize, and they converted their self-worth into their net worth.
And that self-worth is being given to everybody by God.
It's been given to everybody by God.
And you can convert that self-worth into
your net worth
through this book.
Through this book.
Which again will you recommend? I want to look at the
Problems, your shortcut to prominence.
Okay, problem, your shortcut to prominence. I'm going to look at it now. Problem, your shortcut to prominence. Okay. No, I don't have that one here. Okay, can you look for the book for me? It should be there in your place there. Problem, your shortcut to prominence. What will you say about that book?
Now, problem your shortcut delivery. Now, if you want to have the right mindset, the practical mindset, and how you are supposed to see problem for you to create wealth from it, and not just for you to live, for you to exist, but for you to actually live, you need that book talks more about the practical understanding and the process on how people have really created wealth and they become prominent through the problem, the mindset, how they approach problems, what they think about every problem around them.
Beautiful.
And the right mindset we are supposed to have.
Okay, that is what do you call that? Problem, your shortcut.
Problem, your shortcuts to prominence.
To prominence. Okay. Apart from that, which one again?
Yeah, I also recommend the book. I think I already did a review on that. How to overcome the fear of death.
How to overcome the fear of death.
The fear of death.
Okay, this is the prominence one. This is problems, your shortcut to prominence. This is the problem, your shortcut to prominence. Good. And this is how to overcome the fear of death.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
How to overcome the fear of death.
All right.
This book will just get us how to overcome the fear of death. This particular book will just start making every one of us to just be ready for death, because death is inevitable.
You will stop fearing death forever.
We stop fearing death, and rather than we'll start doing something now, so that anytime death comes, we'll definitely be ready. We will be ready.
Good. Okay. Which other one will you mention?
So I also recommend this book, the book that talks about I'm trying to remember that the books that talks about heroes. Yeah, let
heroes arise. Yes, let heroes.
Yeah, where are our heroes?
Where are the heroes? Let heroes arise.
Yeah, the heroes. Let heroes arise. Now, this book is the fact that we all need to stand. We all need to stand for something. We all need to. Like we said, problem is everywhere. Problem is right just around us.
This is how to become world changers.
World changers.
Okay. Which one will you say again? What about church? Church shift.
This is the
grandmother. This is the grandmother of them all.
This is the grandmother. This is the birth of the revolution.
Yeah, this is for anybody that wants to become a revolutionary.
A revolutionary, as far as church is concerned, as far as church business, as far not even just even church, as far as a nation is concerned.
We want to bring a change.
We want to bring change because how religion should look like.
Okay, apart from the church shift, which one would we like to recommend again?
Creating the Steve Jobs, raising the next generation of
Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Raising up the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Okay? Raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. All right? What will you say about that one? That is a powerful
I would say down. It's really a powerful book, and this book will unlock the creativity, the creativity, the creative mindset that God has given to every one of us that we are not even aware.
Creativity.
Yes, it's going to bring that innovative power in us. Okay. The gene.
Wonderful.
And people don't know. Most of us, we don't actually know that we have something that we can actually bring to the world that will make us to stand out and to actually live on this earth and not just exist.
Beautiful. And any other one you
and
like
our
to
government, and I also want to encourage that even all when our government are saying that they don't have any agenda as far as education is concerned.
Any other one? Any other one you like to mention?
I would also like to mention the time. There was one book you wrote about time, time conversion.
Yes. What to do with your time, or
what to do? No, not what to do with your time.
Okay, how to become great through time conversion.
Yes, how to become great through time conversion.
Okay. There is one that we call what to do with your time. How to become great through time conversion, right? How
to become great through time conversion.
Okay.
Now, the fact that I don't know the theology or the religious mindset that God really just loves some persons and hates some persons, or God is in support of one people, and that is why they are well doing and they are known.
That's what religion does for you.
That was what religion did to me. So until when I read this book, and you made mention in this book that for us to know that our God is fair and just, that God loves everyone equally, is the fact that He has all given us this 24 hours equally.
The wealth of time.
The wealth of time.
And everybody can use it to become great.
And every one of us can. It all depends on what we do with our time.
Yeah.
And the fact that we are in a society that just wants to steal time. Everything in our world today is just finding a way to steal our time.
Okay.
Yes. Our society today is just, everyone is trying to steal our time. Social media is trying to steal our time. Everything in the world, in the society today is trying to steal our time.
And so this is our God's investment in us to become great.
Yes, and our wealth is in time. And greatness is actually in time.
Wow. You read so many books, so that's why you are so confident. You have become a dangerous man. It's like you are walking around,
I'm just fearless.
You are fearless now. You have no timidity. Yes, you are so confident that there's no more failure in life.
Yes, sir. You gave me, you actually gave me this privilege. The greatest opportunity I can say, even it's not even the fact that I came to Ukraine to study. It's not in the fact that I came to Ukraine to study at all. It's in the fact that I came because I just knew that God actually prepared this place for me.
What is the greatest opportunity?
And that is why the greatest privilege I have, the greatest thing I can celebrate after leaving Ukraine is the fact that I met you and I could read all your books.
Wow.
And
somebody is saying that some of the words that he's hearing here on this platform, that they are sounding stronger than thunder.
Yes, it's so true.
Like every word that is coming like thunder from heaven.
Yes, yes, sir. I was telling some persons at your place the last time I came. I said, I don't know if you remember when I first came. And I was discussing with you, and I was telling you, because I actually saw you like them, because I already knew that something was wrong with our Christianity in Nigeria. So, number one, I never wanted to have any close thing to do with you, because I know that you have a big ministry. And for you to have a big ministry in Ukraine or in Europe, you are just like our people in Nigeria. So, that was the very first summer I spent with you. That was the night you called myself, Dr. Sufficient, and Pastor Joshua. Then when you started the article thing. So when you started the first article, and I was listening to the things you were saying, I was telling myself, this can't be true. This cannot be a man of God. No, maybe this man is pretending. Because the things you were teaching, you were writing in the article, they were the things I wanted to hear. They were the things that I knew that those things exist, but it's just that I have not found anyone, whether in school or whether in church, anyone that have really said those things. Because I knew that behind everything we see, for everything we see in this world today, there is something bigger, there is a secret. So when the very first day, I was just amazed that knowledge like this could come out from a man that called himself a pastor, because I believe that, your ministry is just like the same ministry we have in Africa and all those things. So I now took my time. After a week, I was so convinced, because I locked up my heart, because for anything that has to do with church or religion or Christian, I was not just interested. But after a week, I was more than convinced. And when I now started looking at your lifestyle, your attitude towards everything around you, and I was like, no, this is too good to be true. Like, this is just
to be true.
To be true. So I said, okay, now I think I found someone that I can now listen to. So when you gave me the privilege to be reading your books, and I was telling Mayowa earlier on today that your book is so addictive. I got addicted that if I don't read your book in 1 week, I feel like something is wrong with me. Like I just feel uncomfortable. That is the level I've got. Because now, how you were able to simplify it, and I really thank God for your patience and for your understanding. You simplified everything that I know today. Because everything that I know today may look so big when I tell it to people. But you actually made it so easy for me, because you took me through the process of doing everything step by step. I started early last year. I gave myself a task of reading a book in 1 month, which I was able to do for the whole year. And now this year I've graduated from 1 book a month to 2 books a month, and I'm giving myself a goal of reading at least 5 books in a month. Because I just want to,
even though you are studying medical school, even though I'm studying in medical school, because I see that most of the things we even learn, if we don't have this education, which is the kind of education the school is not giving us, at the end of the day we will be stuck and we'll be stranded when we go out there. So we just need to be exceptional. One of the things I've discovered about your teachings and about your ministry, about your message, is the fact that you always make everybody that is willing to be exceptional in any area. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to be you don't need to be a politician to be exceptional. You can be exceptional in any field. You only need to know the secret and the knowledge. And the secret is in the knowledge. And the culture of reading and the culture of knowledge that I've seen that your ministry is emphasizing on, most of them, is the key to unlock anything in this, as far as this earth is concerned.
my story and my life. This is I don't know. I told you the other one time like that. I just felt it is now that I know that I'm having a complete education. It is now I know that my education is now complete and not just academic education alone. Because I know what to do. I know how best. Now I now have you've given me the choice. You know, the liberty to choose is what to do. Even if I want to use my certificate, how to use it the best way, just to stand out. And if I don't want to use my certificate, I will still not be stranded. Oh, you've given, you've just like what Jesus Christ did. The liberty, just like what God.
You've been set free.
I've been set free. So I'm not even a prisoner of my own anymore. I've really gotten that liberty to know, to choose.
What about now we're already 20 minutes to the next program, so we have to stop. What is the last word you would like to tell everybody about this book who are just watching or who have been watching us? What is your last message to them before we go?
Now, my last message to everyone concerning this book is that your desire is to make money the least of your problem. And the only way to do that is by knowing the secret that generates money. And this is a secret that even the kingdom of darkness cannot close. This is something that nobody on planet Earth can stop the flow of the blessings in problems. So for you to really have a long-lasting and not even an everlasting wealth flow, this book is a book that you need to read. When you have money, you will know what to do with your money. And if you don't have money, you will know how to get money. So you have two choices now. If you have money, the best way to spend and to invest your money. And if you don't have, you have zero capital. Now, this book also will give you the money that you want. And you are not just going to have the money, you are going to create wealth. It is not even a survivor. This book is not a book that will only make you the king. It will make others. You will be a king maker. I really thank God. I really thank God for your life, sir. I really thank God for your life. I'm just grateful that in my lifetime I met the truth and I was told the truth.
Well, like I said, the book is called Where There Is Problem, There Is Money. It's available on Amazon. You can read it for free if you are on Kindle Unlimited, or you can buy it on Amazon right now. But if it's too expensive for you on Amazon, you can write to my office, dssbooks@gmail.com. dssbooks@gmail.com. If you are in Africa, you can buy it on Okada Books, or you can buy the physical one from Shioma. Our telephone number is there on the screen as well. So unfortunately, we have to go now. In the next 15 minutes, we have our live broadcast, the 9 p.m. broadcast. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Gideon. You've done so.
Thank you, sir.
They said your words are sounding like thunder from heaven.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I just thank God for your life. I will always be grateful to God.
We would like you to come back and do another review soon.
Yes, it's a goal I've given myself every month. I'm doing a review. At least I'm doing a book every month.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Because
so much.
I really need to let people to know the importance of knowledge.
Bravo.
Only if we can just set ourselves free from that bondage of ignorance.
Bravo.
Only if.
Do you know how many books I read this week alone? Because this week I didn't have any court case. I didn't have any court issue. So this week I've read 10 books. And today is only Wednesday, right?
Yes, it's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday.
And I've read 10 books.
10 books.
Yeah. So that's because I had the whole day. I was using the whole day though, the whole day. So because I was not going out anywhere, the only thing I was doing this week is to read and then come and do my live broadcast.
Yeah, oh wow. Wow. So Pastor has just given us another secret now. So we cannot just, if we just want to be anything, we need to invest in knowledge.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes. In the next 15 minutes, we are coming on. God bless.